Hey guys, it's the Aussie ArmWrestler here. Just want to give a shout out to my fantastic sponsor, Pound for Pound Arm Wrestling. Guys, it's everything you need in the arm wrestling world. Chalk, straps, shirts, the quality is fantastic. Head over to poundforpoundarmwrestling.com and get everything you need. Now, let's get on with the show. The red button is on. I've double checked it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ready Bang, the number one arm wrestling podcast in the world. I'm your host, the Aussie ArmWrestler, and of course, I am the famous 2019 third place, left arm, 80 to 95 kilos, amateur place getter. And with me, I have an absolute superstar. This person has competed everywhere. You think of Arnold, you think of WAL. She is a WAL hammer holder, a world champion. Not only in arm wrestling, but in wrist wrestling. She is a world champion. Ladies and gentlemen, I have Angie Rose on the show. Angie, welcome to the show.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. How is everything going with you? And we'll keep it arm wrestling. We all know how the world is carrying on a bit. How's everything going for you arm wrestling wise?
Pretty good. It's a little slow right now. My last tournament was in Kansas City, actually, about 2 weeks ago. And that went pretty good.
Pretty good. You're in phenomenal shape. Of course it went good. You're allowed to be a bit big-headed on this show, and you just say that you destroyed everyone. It's okay. You came and saw and you pinned everyone.
Right.
And as always, when a world champion comes on the show, the Aussie ArmWrestler, doesn't matter what time of day, will always have a beer with the world champion.
And I'll have my green tea.
Green tea. See, that's why you're a world champion. But I am the third place amateur getter. That's okay. My trophy's worth more than yours, but let's not get into that. That is fine. Now, you are one thing I really find interesting, and we're going to go all the way back to the start. 16, 17 years old, you're getting into arm wrestling. How does a 16, 17-year-old girl get into arm wrestling? When I was in high school, I can tell you there weren't any girls in my high school arm wrestling or doing anything strength related. So how does someone get into arm wrestling at that age?
Well, I always roughhoused with the boys at school and was a bit of a toughie in elementary. Brought up on a farm and rode horses all day and that, so you had to be fairly strong. And there was this competition yearly in the little town of Quesnel up in northern BC, mid-northern BC. And I had always wanted to enter it. And when I was about, I believe, 16 or 17, I went in it for the first time. And I won against some pretty strong girls that had some titles, particularly one, Cindy Boyce. And yeah, I beat her. And she was as surprised as I was. And And so I talked to Keith Koenig. He was the big president of the wrist wrestling. It's called wrist wrestling back then. And I started going all over BC, attending all these little tournaments and winning.
Oh,
yeah.
Angie. People like you frustrate me so much because you just turn up with all of this power, all of this strength, and you just pit everyone on your first go. No, that's amazing. That's really good at 16, 17. It's not rocket science. Look after your body, and that's what's happening. Working on a farm, that farm strength is second to none. Doing that. Did you arm wrestle any any horses or any sheep while you were there?
Horses?
Yeah.
Oh, I wrestled a few horses in my life for sure. Had a few bronc rides. They've been pretty hard on my body over the years. I've had them fall over on me, and yeah.
Oh, we'll definitely
training.
We'll get to that. There's something interesting I want to talk to you about horses. It absolutely confuses me. But at around 1987, you were taking this to another level. You went to a World Championships and you took a silver and bronze.
Great. Boy, you're up on it. Holy cow.
I like to do my research.
Great.
So
Petaluma.
Yeah, so with that back then, how do you feel getting so close to being the world champion? Is it something like, you know what, I've pulled a bronze, I've pulled a silver, you know, that's pretty good, or was it, this is ridiculous, I need to be the world champion?
Being that young and my first time, I was pretty excited, to be honest with you, and pretty proud. My little town of Quesnel, they were so proud of me too. But of course, gold would have been, you know, top of the world for me at that time. But I fought hard for that silver, I tell you. I can't remember, maybe it was Ruth Purdy way back then, but we fought for second place, and I just had a little more stamina than her. And got my silver. So young back then. And I didn't have a lot of technique either. It's more all power. And I was so stubborn. So bullheaded. I think I won more on being bullheaded than anything.
Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with not giving up. Can go a lot of way far in life, kids, if you just don't give up so easily. You can be an absolute superstar. But it did take you a while to become the world champion. It was about another 7 years. 1994, you became, well, as you said back then, it was called the Wrist Wrestling Championships. And you finally conquered, and you got your left hand and your right hand world championships. What was that feeling like?
Oh God, yeah, it was amazing. I know that word's overused, but I was on top of the world. Yeah, and I'd taken a little bit of break too. I'd had my first, my daughter. So when I went down to the Worlds that second time, my daughter, I think she was maybe a year old.
Oh, wow.
And, yeah, because I moved from very young. Yeah, I'd moved from Quesnel to Prince George, and I'd started working out with Vern Martel, Darcy Goodkey, and Vern, he was such an asset, such a great guy to practice with. He taught me a lot.
Yeah. I don't think anyone really has a bad thing to say about Vern Martel, that's for sure.
No, that is for sure. Great ambassador of the sport. Definitely classy.
Oh, absolutely. But then you disappeared. You turned into a magician. You disappeared from the sport. And anyone that knows Angie Rose, they know that she took 16 years off the sport. Two questions I've got to ask. One, why did you take so long off the sport, considering you were on top of your game? And two, what on earth is barrel horses?
Okay, the reason I left is because my husband, my ex-husband, he wasn't really supportive of arm wrestling at that time. So I got away from it, and I raised my children. We were way out in the country, and I'm one that needs to be busy. I love to compete. So if it wasn't arm wrestling, it was barrel racing. And I'd worked with horses and done all that stuff before I got into the arm wrestling. So I got back into that and got serious about that. Obsessed. just like I became obsessed with arm wrestling when I came back, and did that for a good 15 years, rodeoing, barrel racing, raising horses, training, and had the facility for it, a huge, beautiful arena. Yeah, it was fun, and you have little regrets. When I came back, I was thinking, damn, I wish I hadn't have been gone for so long from the arm wrestling world, because I had qualified to go to the Worlds many times, but it was so hard to get sponsors back then. And especially for a woman, I think, too. Arm wrestling, you think, big buff guys. But, and then barrel horses. Those are horses that are timed in a clover leaf pattern. Have you ever seen it?
No.
Really? Oh,
I looked it up and I thought, I'll ask first. I thought I didn't want to like watch it and have an understanding of it. I just want to see if you can describe it to me, and then I'll just see what I have pictured in my head.
Yeah, these are, when you have a good barrel horse, these are $30,000 to $100,000 horses, usually quarter horses, because they're the most versatile horse there is. And when you go to the finals, you're going against 300 plus girls you're running against. And it's a timed event where 0.5 seconds will determine if you get into the 2D, or the 3D is 1 second behind. You can win a race by just, if your horse shoulders into the barrel, they're going to knock time off. Or if you hit a barrel, that's 5 extra seconds added onto your time. It's super intense. And when you watch it, it's like, oh, look at the girl running around the barrels. But your timing and your unison with that horse, your partnership with that horse is absolutely critical. And their temperament, too. You get an idiot horse like my horse. I'd try to be sitting as calm and relaxed as I could on him. As soon as my name was called, his body would just tense up. And he'd start jumping around and leaping towards that gate. A bit scary, but oh my God, could he run. He always gave me 110%. Just amazing.
I need to look up some of this footage, and I think I may even have to commentate some of this barrel horse racing. This is
absolutely. Look
I
it
heard
up.
about it. I couldn't help but laugh. But I couldn't help.
Yeah.
But then that was done. You've had a bit of fun with the barrel horses, and then you decided that we're all grateful for. You decided to come back to the sport of arm wrestling. What was it, Angie? What was it that you were sitting there and the light bulb went off and went, I've got to get back and pin everyone on the table?
Yeah. Well, we moved from Prince George to Kamloops, and we lived in town, and I had to board. I'd sold a few of my horses already before we moved down south. I had up to 12 horses, which kept me extremely busy, but we had to board them out, and I had always had them in my backyard. And I decided, you know what? I don't do the boarding thing very well. And I decided to sell my horses. I started working out again, and the Game of Arms show was on AMC, I believe, and I started watching that. And I felt that familiar competitive fire ignite again. Like I found myself, I was watching the show and my whole body would be tensed up, and no word of a lion. And I was going, oh my God, I think I got to get back into arm wrestling again. And so I went to a local competition in Summerland in the Okanagan, and Anthony Del Antone was there, Dave Hex, and all those guys from Vancouver, and I competed and I won. And I told my husband, I said, you know what, I just just want to go to a few to see where I'm at, and then I'll drop it. And so I went to a few more, and I was watching on social media all the wall action and excitement, and then I was hooked. I was hooked again. There's no way. It was just hair straight back, and that obsession came, and I'd studied videos of all the top girls, and I went to my first big competition in Toronto. Got my ass kicked. I thought I was going to go in there and, they might remember who I was, and got my ass kicked, and met up with Dan Cadlick. He was there from Kamloops, and he started coaching me. We started practicing together, and I realized my weaknesses in that, and worked. I worked hard, and just started climbing the ladder, and attained my goals. Because I wanted to come down to the States and see how I would do against some of the, bigger top girls. And damn, they did okay.
You came and you dominated. You ended up getting a left-hand hammer holder as well. Just missed out in the finals on the right, but you've got yourself one of those hammers. Where do you keep the hammer?
It's up in Kamloops right now in storage. Actually, I think it's in my bedroom closet because I brought it up and it's somewhere up, and I was doing these with it, practicing wrist strengthening exercises.
Yeah, beautiful. So then after having those tournaments, you ended up in the WAL Supermatch Series, which was fantastic. You got the call in the 400 series, and you took on Tamara Oven Mitts, and you absolutely ripped through her 3-0. How were you feeling then, and how did you feel after the match? Were you expecting to just dominate so easily? You do have a winning record over Tamara previously. What were your thoughts going into that match?
I believe I had the capability to beat her at that time. It's just I knew she had a good, strong hit, and I had to be really quick. And once I got her in the straps, I kind of wish I'd hooked, and kind of wish I'd hooked with that one, but maybe next time we pull. Who knows?
Oh, well, I'm not sure if she's in a hurry to pull you, because you just absolutely embarrassed her. You destroyed her 3-0. You took control of the whole match. And then in the 500 series, you got a bit of sweet revenge. So for those that are watching, when I say Angie was the left-hand hammer holder, she lost in the final for the right hand against the Black Scorpion, Michelle Dugan, back in 2017, I believe. Forgive me if I'm wrong. And then in the 500 series, them two go head-to-head. It is an absolute entertaining match. Go back and watch it. How did you feel? This was obviously a win. Yeah, you're wanting to get back. You're doing it on the big stage. And then round one, she gets the jump on you and pins you. What were you thinking after round one?
You know what? Surprisingly, Jake, I felt good.
Oh.
I really wasn't fazed about it. I don't know. I let my wrist, I let her get on top of my hand. I don't know. I really got to harness in my adrenaline sometimes. My adrenaline was through the roof. I wish before that super match, I'd gone back to the room and I tried to go into a quiet place and just chill. But I was hanging out with Matt Mask and JP, and we were downtown all day, kind of walking around and that. And all day, my adrenaline was building. And when your adrenaline gets that high, sometimes you kind of lose your focus. So I went back, got some tips from Matt, things I know, but yeah, it was great. It felt good. That was a big confidence builder too. Sometimes I underestimate myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
It was quite interesting. I mean, I was almost ready to cancel this interview because in round 2 and 3, you have this super intense look when they're setting you up, and you are looking straight at Michelle. You have locked in your eyes, and I was a bit like, geez, I hope I don't annoy Angie on the show, because if I get that look, I might have to cut off the interview. That look and intense, and they've zoomed right in on you. It was quite good to watch. And then
it felt good.
So then once you got the pin in round 2, went over the top on her and got the pin. Was that it? Did you just, because you're saying you felt good even though after you were pinned on round 1, you get the pin on round 2. Was that it? In your mind, was it all over?
No. No. I always go up there, and every single person that comes to the table, no matter who they are, I don't underestimate, because anything could happen. So I was ready, and you go up there and you be as ready in your mind as you can be, and aware where your hand is and everything, but anything can happen on any round. So no, I didn't think I had it in the hat. There's always that possibility the tables can turn.
Yeah.
So, I felt good.
Then you...
But, yeah.
It was interesting, because then round 3, just trying to think, you did Michelle poorly. It was horrible. You wouldn't let go of her fingers. It looked amazing. Yeah. She was going for the strap. She had a game plan. She's there talking in the corner. She's like, yeah, I need to get the straps. And then she was trying to slip out, and that grip, that is so, like, in a fun sense, I always think, it's so degrading, because, it's like one person's been caught stealing. And it's like, get back here. Get back. Put the cookies back in the jar. And you want to let go of the fingers, and then you just absolutely smashed her.
Yeah. Yeah, no, she's a great competitor, though, man.
Absolutely.
And the nice thing is we're the same age, too. But, she's one of the top girls down here for sure in the States. And maybe one day we'll go again. But kudos to her. Yeah, she's got the fire in her, too. Sure.
Absolutely. Michelle's fantastic, and I'll get her on the show one day. I've got a lot of time for Michelle. Was there any, I don't know, sweet, like, obviously you get to feel fantastic when you win a big super match like that, but was there any fulfillment because she took the right arm back in 2017 off you? Were you thinking about that at all? Was it like, I finally got that win back on her, or was it just another day in the office?
No, not another day in the office for sure. I felt really good. I was sound. Like my arm was feeling really good. In the past, I've suffered from, I guess, golfer's elbow or tendonitis. A few times in the left, I was battling with it, and it just seems to haunt you. Right now, for the past, year, I felt pretty good. It hasn't been bothering me at all, but when it was flaring up, it was flaring up in the right. That first time me and Tamara pulled at wall, and it kind of affects you mentally, and it affects your workouts. And it just felt good to be healthy. And it makes a big difference.
Absolutely.
And my form was horrible too, Jake. My form, looking back, I was going, oh my God, that's brutal. But I think I did it too, because my forearm was hurting. I don't know. But no, Michelle deserved that. She pulled solid. And she had Bill Adamitis, what's his name? Bill Sinks.
Yeah.
I think that's one of her coaches, and she had a good team there.
Yeah. She's
support.
absolutely no slouch, and was better on that one. So it was good to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always good to see when people get their wins back, so there's not someone so dominant. Before this horrible coronavirus garbage has entered the world, were there talks about you being on the 600 series at all?
I'm not sure. Someone got a hold of me and had stated there were some plans in the making, but no particulars. No rumors about who I'd be pulling or anything like that. So,
who would you like to pull if given the opportunity? And everyone can fly everywhere, and things are back to 2019 when things were fun. Who would you love to pull and have the match with?
I think it'd be pretty cool to pull one of the European girls for sure. Like a couple of years ago, as Ready, I wanted to pull some of the European girls. I pulled just about everybody over here there is to pull. Me and Fia haven't gone yet. She'd be a pull.
Oh, I was hoping you would say that. Oh, yes.
Fia, should I dare say it? Malin, holy crap. Those women are powerhouses. But just to get up there and pull with them, grip with them would be just amazing.
Oh,
yeah.
I might have to
Damn,
send
I think
them
I deserve a chance. Come on.
Yeah. Oh, they're two fantastic ladies. I might have to send them this little clip and send it to them and say, oi, get in touch with Angie and start pulling each other. Go to Dubai. It seems like everyone's going to Dubai for super matches.
Oh, I know. Gee, they'll have to do a package deal, though, me and Ron.
Oh, the first ever tag team arm wrestling event. That's all right. You can pull Fia and Ron can pull Marlon.
Wouldn't that be amazing, though? A team like husband, wife, or girlfriend and boyfriend go against like other couples? I think that'd be pretty neat.
We could be onto something. We could be onto a multi-million-dollar idea, Angie. I think this is unreal. What are some power couples out there? Michael Todd and Rebecca Todd.
Yeah.
So Rebecca Todd used to arm wrestle.
The little Nancy Locke.
Nancy Locke, yes, and Eric. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. And we'll have it on Valentine's Day. Oh, this just writes itself.
I know, so exciting. There's a few others too. I just, on the spot can't think of them. Ryan, can you think of any power couples? Yeah. Anyway.
That's all right. And I'll get the Aussie Arm Wrestler and the Aussie Arm Wrestler's wife, and we'll commentate it. That'll be unreal. Oh, we are on to something here. I know Ryan Bowen's getting married in a couple of weeks, so his wife can get on a table. That's it. I know we've got a few power couples here in Australia that would be all keen for it. Oh my God. I'm quitting my job.
Yeah. There's a couple of Swedes, Erica and her husband. Oh, they're both blonde.
Yeah, Erica and Glenn.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bengström. Bengström. I can't.
Yes.
I always get their last names wrong.
It'd be fun too.
We could have a World Cup of this. This is
epic.
Oh, where? Because then we'll just pretend Ron's Canadian. So then you guys would represent Canada. Sure. Michael Todd and Rebecca Todd will represent America. Then we've got the Swedes over there. Oh, this will be unreal.
I know.
You got to do it. You got to do it at your next event because I mean it's very well documented that you are stronger than Ron. So it's got to be at the next event. I mean, what is it? Alex Top Roll, him and his partner, they pull all the time. Gonna have another episode on this business idea, which is unreal. But with interviews and everything, I came across a very funny interview, and everyone that's watching, it goes for about 7 minutes. And of course, after you watch this, go and watch this interview. CFJC Midday. CFJC Midday.
Oh, me.
You are on this midday talk show. It's a Canadian show. I'll have to put the link in the description. It's hilarious because the lady sitting there, obviously doesn't really know much about arm wrestling, and she's there all prim and proper, and she looks fantastic, and you're there in your arm wrestling shirt, and you're swinging around on the chair, and you're just talking about how you're breaking people's arms, and you're looking nice, but you got the tank top, and you got, the 3/4 pants, and yeah, it's like the lady conducting the interview, she's like, at any moment, this woman could probably throw me through the window, and she's trying to be respectful, but also not, step over the line because she doesn't have any idea about arm wrestling. But kudos to her for putting you on this midday show. What was that like? I recommend everyone to go check it out. I had a nice little giggle about it.
Well, I watched it afterwards, and I didn't realize I was watching it, and I'm going, what the hell am I doing in that chair? Like, I'm swinging back and forth and just so into the conversation, I'm not realizing that I'm rocking the chair as much as I was. And I'm actually thinking to myself, stay still, Angie. Stay still. God, how annoying. It must have annoyed her.
I would love to try and get in contact with that lady and just get her thoughts on it. Because as I was watching it, I kind of hoped the interview went for a bit longer, because I was waiting and you were getting there, and it was, I don't know, it was like a swing. And your turns were getting bigger, and they were getting bigger, and I was just waiting for the 360 loop. I thought it was coming. I thought when you were explaining how you're a world champion and compete on WAL, I was waiting for the the big 360 on there.
Oh, God, I should have. Yeah, it is actually a little annoying. I'm watching it going, oh, my God, that's annoying.
Oh, that is hilarious. All right, I'm going to play a game with you, Angie. I play it with every guest that comes on the show. What's happening is I'm going to give you the name of 3 pullers. And what you have to decide is which one of these 3 pullers you're going to pin, which one of these 3 pullers you're going to lose to, and which one of these 3 pullers you are saying no more competing in 2021. Gone.
Okay. Sure.
And you've already mentioned 2. Actually, you've mentioned all 3 in the show, so this has fit into my hands beautifully. So puller number 1, Thea Rezic. Puller number 2, Marlon Kleinsmith. And puller number 3, Ron Barth.
Oh, damn. Gee. Okay, well, easy for me. I want to pin Malin.
Ooh.
Hell yeah. She won Wall a year ago, didn't she? Yeah, I want to pin her. And then I tell someone to take off?
Yep, so you've got to tell so you've got to lose to someone. And
okay.
Then you've got to tell someone no more competing. Your 2021 is done.
Okay, I'll go with Thea.
You gonna
she can Thea, sorry, but go for vacation.
Well, that didn't go the way, and you're going to lose to Ron. That did not go the way I thought it would. I thought you would have told Ron, see you later. You can have the rest of the year off. Wow, you are one loyal person.
Yeah, he does spoil me.
Oh, that's a bit cute. So just for the record, Angie is pinning Marlon. She's losing to Ron, which has just thrown the Aussie ArmWrestler off, and telling Thea Rezic, that'll do, no more competing. And yeah, I mean, it's probably a safe bet with the way things are going in Sweden at the moment.
How are things going in Sweden?
I don't think they're going too well. I think they're in. I speak to a gentleman. He runs Swedish Arm Wrestling TV, Christian. He's a very good guy. We speak quite often, and yeah, I think I don't think they can travel to. I don't think they're allowed to leave the country. I believe, and I think I think a lot of those European countries are in a bit of a world of hurt, unfortunately, like the rest of the world.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
But it's.
I got to tell you though, with WAF, I did go to WAF 2 years ago. I got to toot my horn a little bit.
Yeah.
And I got. for the first time, and I got a second in left and then a fourth in right. I kind of screwed up on the right, but yeah, some pretty awesome women over there. The Brigadi, I can't remember her last name. She's from
Gabby V.
Holland, I think, or something. Short blonde hair. Amazing.
Oh.
Boy, she's an amazing puller. She came second to Gabby that year.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to double check that one. There's so much arm wrestling content out there. It's beautiful. I love watching all those old school world championships. And if that was a couple of years ago, surely there's got to be something out there for me to watch. That would be unreal.
Fun. Yeah. It's sad that WAF wasn't able, like the last couple of years have been a waste. I wanted to go again, and I'm not getting any younger. So it's kind of excuse the term, it's a bit of a pisser, because would it be nice to compete these last couple of years at WAF again?
Oh, it would just be nice to compete anywhere. At some stage we had to, and I think some places are still doing it. We're not too bad here in Australia, but some places had to do sneaky underground trainings just to hold hands with someone. So
pretty sad.
Oh, definitely. But speaking of holding hands, is there where you are there any up and coming female superstars that we need to keep our eye on? Are you training with anyone, or you turn up the competitions and go, with the right training, with the right coaching, you'll be someone to keep an eye on in the future?
Right now, no one really that I've got in mind. I know, a few people mentioned Sarah, but Sarah's a different beast.
Yeah, she's already a superstar. She's, we all know her.
I can't wait to see Sarah and Gabby go again. That is the match I want to see. That's pretty exciting.
I wonder if that will happen over in Dubai. They're building a nice little card over in Dubai. There's 2 matches.
I thought they should.
Yeah.
Man, why not?
Yeah, if they're going for content creators and more eyes on the TV, if they get Larry Wheels, I know you're a huge fan of the show, get that going. 2 matches you got to make. You got to make Sarah versus Gabby V. That will get millions of more eyes on the TV. Then you've got to find a Dubai power couple and then send Angie and Ron over there and have a tag team match. The first ever tag team match. Oh, wouldn't that be magnificent? You're stuck in a hook and you're about to get the pin, and then the person you're pulling against tags, and then you have to let go. Then the guy gets in there, and that would be tag team arm wrestling. We're absolutely onto something.
Be pretty cool.
I am going to fire some questions at you before we finish up. You're not allowed to think, you just have to answer.
Oh God. Okay.
Okay, I'll start. No, they're pretty tame. They're pretty tame. Do you prefer super matches or tournaments?
I prefer super matches. Actually, I prefer round robins. Right? Round robins.
Round robins. Ah, okay.
Yes. I went to one in Utah. There were 5 of us. It was awesome.
Ah, okay. Round robins. Yeah, you don't see too many of those. That's an interesting note to take down. Are you a fan of the King's move?
Not really. If they're going to do the King's move, keep the shoulders above the table.
Ah, spoken like a true warrior. Who has been your toughest opponent ever?
Boy, oh boy. Who was that? Holy cow. My toughest? Damn. Well, back in the day, Shirley Isaac was my toughest competitor. She was my nemesis. When I started arm wrestling again way back then, she kicked my butt. Oh yeah, short answer. And then I worked and I finally beat her. But as of lately, Jose Mornier was my toughest. Oh, that was a huge win for me.
Magnificent. Beautiful. What's been your worst injury in arm wrestling?
I've never broken a bone arm wrestling. Probably, I think I ripped some muscles. It felt, I was practicing with this one guy after Canadian Championships. And after we were going back and forth, it felt like my muscles were ripped off my bone. Nothing serious though. But horrible pain.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Have you got a tip of who wins between Devon and the monster Michael Todd?
I'm hoping, well, because he's my Canadian bro, Devon, of course. Both great guys, but come on, Devon, light her up.
Ah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Was this interview more fun than CFJC Midday?
It was pretty fun, yes. You're a hoot.
Do you prefer showers or baths?
Do I prefer what?
Showers or baths?
Baths.
Yeah,
Baths.
I'm glad you prefer your on baths. That's what I was. That's what I was hoping for. I was hoping for that answer. I thought I could try and trick you. You was going to say showers, and then I could get stuck into you. That's fine. Last question: do you call Ronald when he's in trouble?
Mr. Bath.
Oh!
I would like a word with you, Mr. Bath.
He absolutely loves it. He absolutely loves it. You don't even have to ask him. He loves it when you call him Bubble Bath. He loves it. I owe him.
Only from you.
I owe him so many beers from that when you guys come to Australia for the amount of times that I've called him that. And I love that Ron's a great sport for allowing me to call that, because he could legit rip both of my arms out of their sockets. So I'm glad he's a very good sport.
He's a good sport.
Yeah, absolutely. I will get you to nominate someone who you think would have a bit of fun on the show. If anyone comes to mind, do you think anyone would have a laugh on the show?
Gee, there's a few people. Maybe Jose Mornier, or maybe Tamara Metz, or maybe Dave Hicks. Yeah. Oh God, Dave Hicks or Anthony Delantone. Dave Hicks would be a great guy.
Ah, beautiful. I'll take them all. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then I've got to get your best impression. When I commentate videos, when the match starts, my catchphrase is, ready, bang! I need to hear Angie Rose's impersonation.
Bang!
Yes! That's one of the better ones. Fantastic. That's amazing. Angie, thank you so much for your time. I know how busy you guys can get. I really appreciate you coming on your show. Everyone that's watching, not only share this video far and wide, but everything Angie does on social media, go support her. She's on the Facebook, she's on the Instagram. These professional athletes that have done so much over the last 20 years, they need to get paid, and the way arm wrestling's going, we need to really support these guys that have made it possible for someone like myself to be able to do it. So go support everything that Angie does. Angie, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you very much. And a quick thank you to Parallel Welding and Fabrication for helping me throughout the years.
Ah, beautiful. Yeah, fantastic. All right, guys, we will see you next time.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a man!